You're the greatest. No,
You're
the greatest. You're the greatest.
Yeah. I think Ali probably still believes that he is the greatest.
I think he's just being nice.
Yeah.
Those are this morning's main news stories. The time now, 8:32, and Chris is here on, well, what an exciting day.
It's a knockout day.
It is.
Yeah, and it's thrilling because obviously the Six Nations can be won today. England, Ireland, Wales, all in with a chance. France too. Slightly, but it's one of those days, I think it's a bit like FA Cup final day or Grand National Day. It permeates the whole nation, whether you like rugby or not. It helps it's on BBC One as well from 12:10 live, all three games. So England, Ireland and Wales all in with a chance of winning the Six Nations trophy. France can do it, but they're 500 to 1, so that tells you all you need to know about their chances. England play last at Twickenham. They face the French. Before them, Ireland face Scotland. And Wales, well, they kick off the whole thing at 12:30 with their game in Rome. Now, Wales lost their opening game to England, but they've beaten Scotland, France and Ireland. That's given them an outside chance of winning the trophy. They travel to Italy with the task of having to win handsomely by some 26 points at least.
It's a fantastic advert for the Six Nations once again, going into the last game where, you know, France, ourselves, England and Ireland got a great chance of winning the championship, so it's all to play for and really looking forward to that opportunity. And who would have thought that once again after our first game against England.
Ireland, now they have a strong chance of winning the title. They're away against Scotland. They must win well to put England under pressure when England face France. Now Scotland haven't won a game so far, but Ireland haven't been scoring freely either. Permutations and point differences abound in this last round. But Ireland's captain, well, he's keen to keep it simple.
It's a dangerous place to go to start thinking about anything but winning the game, and anything, you know, you'll have a plan going into the game of how to beat a team, and you'll be trying to execute that as well as you can. And that's all we've spoken about, that's all we've addressed. I'm sure things will happen throughout the day, but our big focus is the start of the game, starting the game well.
England have the advantage then of playing last and at home. They'll know what they have to do, but they take on the French. And the French are notoriously unpredictable.
I just want the players to go out and play with a huge amount of pride on Saturday and give the Twickenham crowd people something to shout about and get behind the team. And if it transpires we win it, then it'll be a great boost for them. If we don't, but we win the game, it'll be hard to live with, but ultimately I'll still be confident in the momentum and the direction we're going.
Now this might help you get a picture of how things stand and what your team needs to do. All on BBC One from 12:10. Wales need to beat Italy by at least 26 points. That's to better England's points difference. Ireland must win well to put England under pressure. England, of course, play France. Well, it's all about New Zealand's Martin Guptill and his 237 not out at the Cricket World Cup. And he was dropped on 4. New Zealand beating the West Indies by 143 runs to make it to the semi-finals of the Cricket World Cup. Guptill broke all kinds of records in this quarter-final. That's in there celebrating. The highest score in World Cup history and the second highest score by anyone in a one-day international. They made 393 for 6 in the end. He hit the first ball and the last ball. West Indies' hopes relied on this man, Chris Gayle. The laconic figure, but he was out for 61. And therein ended West Indies' chances. And it was all over. New Zealand celebrate, but they have to face South Africa in the last 4. Wolves are up to 7th in the Championship after a 2-0 win over Derby last night. It means Wolves are on the brink of the playoffs. Derby's hopes of an automatic promotion place, well, they've taken a hit, or a punch, or a flap. Derby in white, defending. And the keeper, Lee Grant, won't want you to see this at all. But I'm afraid here it is, and here it is again. What did the boss make of it all? That's Steve McLaren, not impressed. Motherwell did their chances of escaping relegation from the Scottish Premiership no harm at all, with a good 4-0 win over 5th place Hamilton last night. Lionel Ainsworth was the star man. He scored twice, including this wonderful effort in the second half. A superb goal from him. Rory McIlroy is coming into form just in time for the Masters. A cracking second round at Bay Hill means he's in contention at the Arnold Palmer Invitational in Florida. McIlroy's round included 5 straight birdies. Here's one he set up at the 5th hole. He loves it. And this is why the ball's soaring through the blue skies in Florida and settling nicely by the hole. He's 5 shots behind the leader, Morgan Hoffman. Interestingly, the first time he's hit a sub-70 round on the PGA Tour this year. OK, let's get on to the Super League. Hull FC beat Catalan Dragons and Castleford Tigers beat Salford Red Devils in the Super League last night. Leeds, well, they came from behind to beat Wigan and narrowed the gap on the leaders St Helens to 2 points. The Warriors took an early 8-0 lead, but the Rhinos hit back. The teenager Ash Handley, on his Leeds debut, scored the pick of the side's 5 tries as they ran out winners 26-14. Very good, just staying in touch. Rafa Nadal is out of the Masters Series event at Indian Wells, beaten in 3 sets by Milos Raonic in the quarterfinals. That is a surprise. It means Raonic will play Roger Federer in the next round. Roger Federer brought a bit of brightness to everyone's lives. Everyone's, that is, except Thomas Burdick. Federer easing past him, 6-4, 6-love. So, Six Nations is the order of the day, but there's always time for Football Focus. Dan Walker here with that at 11:30. Good morning to you. So what are you going to do to convince us that football is the order of the day and not rugby?
Well, we all know football's king, don't we? Happy to play second fiddle to Six Nations. Obviously, Six Nations takes complete control of the BBC schedule this afternoon, having, as you just said, sort of it all pans out, and you can watch hours and hours of rugby today, can't you? So what we'll do is we'll sort of set you up for the Six Nations with a bit of football, and then you can finish the day off with match of the day right at the end as well. So we're on at 11:30 today. In terms of some of the stories around, Dick Advocaat has become the new Sunderland manager this week. So he's got 9 games to save their season. They currently sit just above the relegation zone in the Premier League. So they go to West Ham for his first match. It'll be fascinating to see if he can save them and get them a little bit further up the table. So we'll be looking back at Sunderland's last few seasons, which they've been all over the place, to be fair. So the Sunderland fans are used to sort of clinging on for dear life and then being rescued right at the end. We'll also look at another side in the North East, Newcastle, who, again, have had one of those really inconsistent seasons. They're pretty safe in 11th place. They face Arsenal this afternoon. And Jonas Gutierrez has had 6 months away from the game with testicular cancer. He came back earlier this month, and we've spoken to him this week. Juliet Ferrington's gone for a long chat with him. He's a really inspirational character. He's bubbly, he's fun, and he talks about how he's reacted, how his family have reacted to his bout of cancer. But he's back now, and he says one of the things that inspired him to get back, would you believe, Eminem. Have a look.
I'm alive again, more alive than I have been in my whole entire life. Well, I love Eminem, to be honest, and that part of the song is like make me feel something different, no? So when they give me the doctor told me that I'm recovery, I want to make it like in a tattoo. So I put that part of the song in my arm and put the day that the doctor told me that I was recovering.
It's an amazing story of his. Of course, the big game is Liverpool-Manchester United on Sunday. Pele's in town, I hear.
No, yeah, Pele's supporting Sepp Blatter. Yeah, he's ever the diplomat, Mr. Pele, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, we'll look ahead to Liverpool-Manchester United as well, which is the game which many people are calling the battle for 4th place in the Premier League. And also we'll look at Walsall, who, first time in their 127-year history, are on their way to Wembley. So Walsall take on Bristol City in the Johnson's Paint Trophy. We've got Jason Roberts and Mark Lawrenson in the studio. And just one final reminder, 11:30 on BBC One.
Can I ask you one quick question?
Yes.
Who's going to win the Six Nations?
I would hazard a guess at, I think it's going to be green. I think Ireland will win it and England just behind, I think.
You reckon?
Controversial.
Yeah, points difference. I think Ireland are in the box seat taking on Scotland. And yeah, we'll see. I might be wrong though, who knows?
It happened once before, didn't it?
Yeah, about 92, I think.
Yeah, exactly. You were young then. Thank you, chaps. Dan, thanks very much indeed. Chris, cheers.
Now, to